Hey guys, today it's just arrived, my brand new Mono M80 Vertigo case. Let's unbox it together and see what's inside. Super excited. Hey guys, it's James here from eBass Guitar and welcome to probably the first ever eBass Guitar YouTube video which doesn't feature a bass guitar, because today we're talking about bass guitar cases and I'm just about to unbox my brand new Mono M80 case. But first of all, I want to tell you the story of why I've fallen in love with this brand. So 13 years ago, I bought my trusty Mono M80 case, and to say I'm blown away by it is an understatement. Before then, I had probably been through one bass guitar case a year, and I just got used to straps breaking, zips going, and them generally falling apart. And my trust and faith in bass guitar cases had been lost. But then I bit the bullet, spent £129 on Amazon, and this case has been up and down the UK, overseas, in aeroplanes, in the back of vans, and it stood the test of time. If you look at it closely, yeah, sure, there is some wear and tear, but nothing you wouldn't expect from a 13-year-old case. And I reckon there's at least another 13 years left in this case, because the fundamental thing is all the straps, all the important things like the zips are still absolutely rock solid. So why have I bought a new mono bass guitar case? The reason is I'm starting to do a bunch of gigs which need two bass guitars on it. So to have complete peace of mind that two really valuable instruments are going to come back in one piece is really important to me. The second reason is I'm really interested in the Mono Vertigo case, which opens more from the top. I'm wondering if it can work as more of a guitar stand too, that I can just pick basses in and out of. And the third reason I'm really interested in this case is because in this studio here, I'm actually a bit short of storage. To have bass guitar cases which are rigid like this and will stand up and act as storage for instruments is really, really appealing too. So let's crack on and see what my first mono gig bag in 13 years is like. Let's open that box. So just before we hit the video content, I really do want you to know something super important. Mono or any of their distributors have not asked me to make this video. I'm not being paid for it in the slightest. The reason I'm doing it is because I'm genuinely a fan of the brand and love what they do. So if you want to check out Mono cases, I will put a link in the description below. So let's crack on, open this box up. So the first thing that comes to mind, this is almost like a new bass day because it's come in a box the size of a bass guitar. Anyway, let's open it up, get that trusty key out and see what's inside. Well, it's certainly well packaged, I'll give them that. Oh. Okay, challenge one over and done with. Out of a very tight box. Now let's open up the cellophane case. So, first impressions of this. A little bit lighter than the previous Mono M80 case I've got, but still feels pretty sturdy here. We've got a new Mono logo there at the top, and this slightly different shaped pocket there. Looks bigger than my previous Mono M80 case. Then we have this at the bottom. God, this looks solid here. This is always one of the weak points of a case when it drags along the ground. So it's great to see a ton of protection there. And the Vertigo as well. It has a zip. Let's see. The zip goes from here all the way down to here. It doesn't actually wrap all of the way around. I'm really curious to see what that's like in practice and if that stops instruments falling out. So I'm going to grab my chair and then I'm going to sit in front of the main screen and actually take this apart for you and show you what's inside. So let's talk a little bit about the inside of the case. It goes without saying that the padding of this is really good, feels really solid. But there are two things I want to draw your attention to. Is these supports here for the neck, because when this closes like that, you can see that the neck is really, really beautifully held in place and supported as well. Now there's one more subtle thing which I hope I'm going to be able to get on video here. It's at the bottom of the case, like that. In fact, let's grab the camera and show you inside, like that. I wonder if I can see it. There we go. This is really hard to show you on video because what there is an indent for the strap button or the strap lock switch maybe on your bass. This is really important because over time, I've seen it a bunch of times with cases, that the strap button or the strap lock actually digs into it and causes a hole which can start damaging your instrument, and actually worst case scenario, the instrument could actually wear through and get damaged. So guys, I've had a few minutes with this case now, and I'm gonna be totally straight with you. It's very different from what I was expecting in terms of the storage pockets which are here. So let me talk you through what has changed from the original M80 case. Now the first thing is it doesn't have the small pocket up here, which I used to use a ton to keep my in-ear monitors in, pencils, spare batteries, etc. It doesn't also have a small case which was inside there where you could keep little accessories like Allen keys, etc. So it's done away with a lot of those, which raised a question in my mind. But what has changed inside here is we have this bigger pocket here, which I think is going to be generally more useful than the previous pocket on the M80. But also what's inside here, which I hope you can see, is this little elasticated pocket like that. I'll pull it down so you can see there, which has a zip on there, which I think for all those little things like pencils, batteries, in-ear monitors, etc. could be really useful. So at this stage of the game, I'm a little surprised, but also I'm open to the possibilities of what this case might think, because I'm sure the guys at Mono have really thought this through based on players' feedback. Now let's look at the major selling difference now. This top loaded case, which is what I'm really interested in. So I'm going to grab a bass guitar here and I'm going to put it in the case like that. And this is just me genuinely seeing what it's like. So it sits in there and then we pull the zip across over. The zip goes from round here, because previous zips normally start about there. And then it goes round the top here and down here. And so that is the process for getting it in and out, which is a little different to other cases. But the great thing about this, I reckon, is even if you have it fully open here, it's unlikely that the bass can only get that far out maximum. Let me show you. So I'm holding that. There's no way that the bass can fall out of the case. So you can use this with quite a lot of confidence as a guitar stand in itself. So if you're a player like me, where you might be playing upright bass one moment and then want to switch to the electric and have this sitting by your amp in the case just for that moment when you need it, this is a really great option too. I also like on here that we have these holes which you can use to tie to the side of vans to secure it in place when it's in transit as well. Actually feels just a little bit lighter than my previous bass guitar case with the M80 in as well, which is nice as well. Feels solid. So what I thought I'd do is actually test the capacity of the storage pocket in the front of this case using the typical equipment that I'd take on a gig to see how it works. So let's start off. Let's put a mains cable in there. Of course, bass guitar strap, let's roll that up. In there. Now, I've got two sets of in-ear monitors here, so I would put these typically in the pouch. So let's try that. A couple of pencils and a battery. Let's also put that in the storage pouch. Do the zip up. And then I've got probably 4 to 5 jack cables that I would take on a gig, depending on the gig I'm doing. So let's put them in. So there we have it. Absolutely everything I need for a gig in there. Feels reasonably snug, but I've got no complaints about what I can fit in this pouch. Absolutely perfect for day-to-day use. So next up, what does it feel like to carry? It's really important that these bass guitar cases are comfortable. On one shoulder, nice thick strap there, which feels really cool. And then let's put the other one on, like that. Yeah, no complaints with that. That feels great. And then even if you want to get a little bit more support there, you can tighten it on like that. Let's just go for a wander around the studio. Yeah, this feels absolutely rock solid. Look, to wrap up, let's face it, bass guitar cases is not the sexiest thing to talk about, but it's really important to protect your equipment. And here, I think I probably bought another case, which is at least gonna last another 13 years too. So I've got total confidence in what Mono have given me here. I was a little surprised by the storage. It was very different to what I was expecting, but as I've proved, everything sits in this pocket here really great. To walk around, it feels really balanced, really comfortable, which is important too. So I think we're on to another winner here. Please do check out Mono bass guitar cases. I'm a genuine fan of the product. As I said, Mono aren't paying me or any of those shenanigans to make this sort of video. I'm just genuinely a fan of the brand and the protection that they give us, our equipment. So do let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What is your favorite bass guitar case? What have you had great experiences with? So do let me know, and I will catch you again very soon for another eBass Guitar YouTube video.